step out of those narratives of the world and we step into the presence of God, it's like we begin to see things from a different perspective. We begin to behold the beauty of God. We begin to remember that He's on the throne, that He's in control, that the whole world isn't going to hell, and we begin to see things like revival. We begin to see breakthrough and healings and miracles and signs and wonders. And so, my encouragement to people is the darker and harder it gets, the more heavy and intense it gets, the more we need to worship.
I would say for almost the bulk of last year, I just stopped watching the news. I just stopped watching all the news. I just unplugged from all of it because I could, in my role, Sean, how God's kind of using me over here in our movement, I've got to stay full of hope. I have to be hope filled. I have to be focused on what the Lord has guided me to do. And literally, the more I watch the news and I would get depressed, I would be afraid, I would start to have seeds of doubt. I'm like, how can I lead an army of kingdom-minded people who are taking the marketplace over if I'm over here now having to battle fear and doubt before I even can go help them? So I was like, nah, I'm just going to unplug. And you know what? Maybe I'm not up on all the latest news, but guess what? I'm locked in on what God has me doing.
We are not here to clean the pool. We're not here to sell ice cream. We are called to change the world, and it's going to require us to be bold. It's going to require us to be determined. It's going to require us to not be soft. It's going to require us as people of God to know who we are and to know whose we are. We are fighting for truth. We are fighting for the kingdom. We are fighting for what's right. And in this hour, even when you take a stand, Billy Graham said this, that when a courageous man takes a stand, the spines of everyone else are stiffened. And this is an hour where we need people to take a stand. Don't back down. Take a stand. I just pray a spirit of courage would be released. Lord, just like you told Joshua, God, in Joshua chapter 1, Lord, you said, be strong and courageous, for your calling is to take the land. I thank you, Lord, that we have a calling in this new year to take the land, to take territory.
That's why we have 100X, to help you do your part. Sean is doing his part. We give thanks for how God's using Sean. You should pray for Sean. And yet, I'm also going to encourage you, let's go. What's your part? You got a part to play too.
Wives, do not underestimate the power and authority that God has given you to be the strength to your husband.
It says transforms her husband. Transform. That means to shape, literally transform. To literally change the shape of, change the form of her husband into an honored king. And ladies, whether you're single or married, would you rather be married to just an ordinary man, an ordinary husband? Or would you rather be married to an honored king? It's not even debatable.
Who am I? The person who showed up, who did her job, who learned skill sets, who continues to be a lover of God to pursue the things that He has for me in my life and my family? Who are you? The person who works hard, who shows up, who learns new skill sets, who develops themselves, who stays true to the course that God has set before them.
I know some people who come out of church will try to evangelize their waitress and leave a skimpy tip. Let me tell you about this amazing, wonderful, generous God while I leave you a stingy miser tip.
Or write God bless you on the receipt as you leave him $1.
Yeah, God has to bless you because I did it. Words create worlds. The words you use, we know that there's power of death and life in the tongue. And the words you use are creating a world. The question is, are they creating a world you want to live in? Are they creating a world that your kids and grandkids want to live in? Are they creating a world that your customers want to live in? Are they creating a world that your spouse want to live in? But words do create worlds.
Grab out what God has for you today. You're asking for it, so reach out and grab it. You don't need to be prayed out to have that. You have the authority to take what God has already set before you. So physically reach out and grab it, pull it into your life, pull on the grace that is here for you guys today. Can't wait to see you tomorrow, day 13. Love you guys. Yeah.